Texas Buckskin Brigade Cadets. We're going to do a quick firearm safety talk here for our virtual Camp 2020. If y'all were here right now for camp, we would, there's several things that we would do. We've talked a little bit about population management. When we talked about Aldo Leopold's 5 tools of wildlife management, the gun was one of them. That being, you know, the judicious harvest of animals and doing a proper wildlife habitat census. And if y'all were here, we would take that one step further and we would actually offer a hunter's ed course, and we would take y'all through a hunter safety course while you were here to ensure that, you know, throughout the process of wildlife management, harvesting of animals being a part of that process, y'all were educated and set up to be the safest and most ethical hunters that we can, you know, prepare you for in the short time that we have you. So, having said that, we're going to give y'all just a brief little taste of the kind of stuff y'all would, the kind of education y'all would be getting here during our gun safety training. And for that, I'm going to turn it over to Gary, and he's going to hit a little bit on gun safety.
Thank you, Matt. Here at Buckskin Brigades, we actually have proficiency tests in 3 different weapons that you would have the opportunity to use here. One is archery equipment, use of a longbow and a compound bow. We will also be shooting 22s, free-handed, and then we'll also be shooting larger caliber. I believe it's 243 style weapons. Here we are actually in where we would be shooting in the bench for the 243 station. Wanted to go over a couple things for safety reasons. First and foremost, we use eye and ear protection for shooting rifles. You only get 1 set of each, and with that we need to protect everything we can. So here we have an example of ear protection. These are some also discrete ear plugs that could be used. Eye protection, we usually use the amber colored lenses. Also, that could also be used are sunglasses for eye protection if you're in a pinch. So that's the first and foremost part of gun safety. Second most is getting familiar with your gun, knowing where your safety is, knowing your gun on how it works, the action of it, knowing your trigger. One of the biggest things that I've seen throughout my career is people are afraid of their gun because they don't know their gun. They don't know what it takes to make their gun go off. So what I like to do is I actually like to, when I try to teach individuals to shoot, is I actually try to show them actually without any bullets or any ammunition in the gun, as far as you can squeeze this trigger without a bullet in there to know exactly what pounds, how much effort it takes for that trigger to go off. From that, you know what to expect whenever you actually do have a bullet in the chamber. So from that, you know, we practice actually looking downrange without a bullet in there, squeezing several times to get people familiar. Another tip for shooting, make sure you squeeze your trigger. Do not jerk, do not pull. Squeezing your trigger will ensure that where you are actually looking with your crosshairs is actually where that bullet's going to go. Third part is knowing your target, knowing exactly where your target is, what's in front, and more importantly, what's behind your target. Once you squeeze that trigger, once you send that bullet downrange, whether you are at the range or whether or not you're in a blind or you're out in a hunting situation itself, you always need to know what is beyond your target, because you can't get it back once you pull that trigger or once you squeeze that trigger. With that, sorry you guys weren't able to make it out here this year. We will be hopefully back at this next year and have the opportunity to get you guys out here on the range to do a little shooting. Thank you.